Worst Ideas, a game design podcast. This is episode 6. After an exceptionally long hiatus, with me tonight is Tyler Weikel.
Hi, everybody.
You may remember him from our last episode, episode 5, which was Child Pageants, which was a pretty dark game.
Oh, God.
A lot of fun. Unfortunately, tonight, Ricky Keller will not be joining us. He's a little busy at the moment. But a special congratulations to him for getting engaged to his girlfriend.
Well done, buddy.
So we might have a marriage episode of the Best Worst Ideas coming up soon. So that could be fun.
He could give personal insights, too, because he's there.
Yeah. But I'm hoping everything works out awesome for him, because he definitely deserves it.
Oh, yeah.
So, today's a little bit of a special episode. First of all, Tyler and I have been working on a game together, and we just launched our Kickstarter today. It's Ex Oblivione, if you want to check it out. And you can see what we've actually been working on as a real game, and even contribute to it, and get some cool rewards if you want. Or if this is after 30 days of the Kickstarter launching that you're listening to this, you can't. But, check it out.
Look us up in the App Store. Buy the game.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Do it. It'll be fantastic. No, it's a pretty cool game. Definitely check it out. So, a little bit of insight to what just happened. We actually just filmed this, not filmed, but recorded this entire episode. Unfortunately, the audio track got deleted.
Because I'm a retard.
That's okay. We love you. So remember at the end of this one, you hit the stop button. Yeah.
I swear I hit the stop button and the audio disappeared. Whatever. Okay, I tested it. I made sure it works, so now I know what to do. So this recording will be slightly quicker than normal, but to your advantage, it will be much more organized and pointed instead of us rambling and having random tangential conversations because, we're creative people and we think and talk and everything just sort of flows.
Yes. So for the people who complained that this was not direct enough, you might like this episode more. But this probably will not be the format from now on.
Unless you're a hipster, you'll probably not like this episode.
No.
Spoiler.
So anyways, this is really going to be a recap of the game that we just did. The theme that we pulled out of the hat tonight has a special place in my pocket of hatred in my soul. It was Hipsters. Yay. So we designed a game not only about hipsters, but it was marketed to hipsters as well. So I'll get right into the whole thing. Let's start with the story. There really isn't much of a story in this game. You're introduced to this world with a long-winded, seemingly philosophical. Philosophical, yeah.
Well, hold on. We gotta back up a little bit, because when you start the game, you'll start in a character creation menus. So you'll be able to create your character, pick your facial features, what kind of mustache do you want, what kind of eyeglasses do you want, what kind of hair, how long has it been since you showered,
how long are your sideburns, do you have a curly mustache, a handlebar?
Do you wear a V-neck or a tight sweater or a V-neck and a ascot? I don't know what the hell they wear. Hipster clothing.
Is it an overpriced screen print tee, or is it a cut-off wife beater?
Is it expensive jeans that you purposely ripped holes in to make them look ragged?
So you get your character design. You do that.
You pick your origin, being either upper class, middle class, or lower class.
If you pick lower class, you immediately lose the game.
You can't be a lower class hipster. It doesn't work.
The irony is so ironic that even the hipster's mind would explode. So you lose the game immediately if you pick lower class. Don't do it.
Yes. So then we move into the story. So Dan, I'll let you go. You get a different story based on middle class or upper class.
Yeah, but basically it's just philosophical rambling. And it's not really philosophical. It's a poor interpretation of philosophy. So it's really just the game talking out its ass to you.
Like hipsters.
like hipsters. So it'll appeal to them for that. And it just goes on for, 20 minutes like that. And then it just drops you into this town, basically. Think of it kind of like Animal Crossing. And it's just like, okay, gotta build my hipster. I need to build my indie cred basically. So that's pretty much the premise of the game. There is a combat system, but it's not real combat. It's passive aggressive combat.
Hmm.
So it's all combat with words and basically like challenging somebody's cred and you know uh, just being sarcastic and a general douche to the other person.
So sarcasm, underhanded compliments, s- talking about how they like a band who sold out, or their artistic understanding of a certain piece of literature, film is subpar, or over analytical.
Yeah.
Any talking out your ass. That's basically how all of the dialogue in this game is going to go.
Yeah. Um, and it's got we got like a nice crappy soundtrack to go with it.
Hmm.
I was thinking of like I don't know, I'm thinking like MGMT maybe. Um, who else?
Grizzly Bear.
Grizzly Bear, that's a good one.
I don't know.
I guess you can group like fun into there. They're
Hipster,
pretty bad.
hipster music, like alternative,
Yeah.
fringe, underground stuff.
But it'll be run through like an 8-bit filter to kind
Oh
of fit
yeah.
with the art style of the game,
Hmm.
which is going to be it's all really half-assed pixel art basically. Um,
It's almost
to
good. It
to
could.
fit, yeah, I mean to market it to the hipsters, it's got to be like it has to look like just a half-assed Super NES game.
So if a little more effort had been put in, the textures would have looked good. Everything would have popped more. But you got to stick with the creative flow. And once you finish something and you are inspired to create something else, you can't go back, because you've lost the key inspiration that started the initial piece of work, and you can't pollute that initial idea, because it was so pure and so real that if you went back and changed it, you would ruin it.
Yeah, you gotta just shovel it out there and say that it's underground, and you just don't understand it if you don't like it.
Exactly.
um, so yeah, it's kind of like that, and you kind of free roam in the Animal Crossing esque environment, and you really just do pointless crap that doesn't actually get you anywhere. You never
Hmm.
progress. You never amount to anything. You never achieve
Well,
anything.
actually, you may achieve something, but a key aspect of the
Oh,
game
that's right.
is
Yep.
that though you may achieve something, for example, you get a job at a left-wing indie column, and then as you play the game, you still have this job, you making money, but then suddenly, 2 weeks later, you'll turn on the game, and the game will tell you that you no longer have your job because you quit it because you felt you were falling into a sort of stereotype 9 to 5 guy where you needed more freedom of expression and couldn't be trapped by the corporate shackles that you were suddenly falling under. And this
So
can happen
basically,
randomly.
yeah, it totally random, and basically it's just the game deleting your stats, just setting you back to zero.
Oh, you lost your friends. Oh, you lost your job. Oh, you don't have any money anymore. Just but totally random, totally uncontrollable.
And instead of having like your own house, you have to crash in other people's houses, and you need to have a place to crash to save the game.
So, and crashing at people's places too often starts to make them not like you. And then if they don't like you, then you'll lose them as friends. So that affects like combat prowess and stuff. So you have to balance whose place you crash at, and like what things you do for your friends, how you act so that they like you more, so that they won't just abandon you and your sad hipster self, and you can
Like you
never
can only
save.
bum cigarettes and PBR off your friend so much before you can't crash at their place anymore.
Yep, it's a good example.
Yeah. And that's basically your currency is like cigarettes and PBR, I guess.
Vinyl records are the platinum of our world. The coup de
Yeah,
grace. The coup
our
de grace.
currency is kind of like Fallout New Vegas, where it's just there's 10 different types of currency, and it's a pain in the ass
Hmm.
to manage all of them.
And they all take up some sort of inventory space that's shared. So if you're holding too much PBR, you suddenly can't pick up any more records, and yada yada
Uh,
yada.
Oh god, money should never take up inventory space, but that's perfect
Oh
for
yeah.
this.
Oh yeah. This is gonna be like Diablo 1, where it took up space, and you
Oh,
only have a limited amount of space
yes.
in your
Um,
in your bike bag or whatever bag you happen to own.
yeah.
Your hipster bag.
It's just like a side satchel that you carry around on your fixie bike,
Yep.
which, that's what you use to basically navigate the environment.
Main mode of
Um,
transportation.
and we got some different hubs that you can go to. You can go to the record shop to kind of like upgrade your, I guess, cred. You can basically trade stuff for cred.
Go to
Uh,
Starbucks.
Starbucks, where you have like a little corner where you set up your computer and you go onto that and you can, micromanage and deal with like your appearance and, um, basically contact people. I assume you use MySpace and Friendster.
hmm
Ironically.
There's also a chance, though, that somebody will be in your spot, and that will cause a random encounter. So you'll have to have a passive-aggressive verbal battle with this person. And if you,
'Cause
and if
you're
you
entitled to
lose,
that spot, damn it.
exactly. And if you lose, you don't get the spot. You can't use your computer for that instance. You have to leave and come
Come
back
back.
after a while, and they'll finally be gone, and you can actually have your spot.
Yeah. So you can't like upgrade or anything.
hmm
So that could be a pain in the ass. Um,
But
I think those are really the only kind of hubs that we came up with.
yep. What else?
I guess you can also go just lay in the gutter.
hmm
That works too.
You have to have a park where you can go like write poetry or some shit.
Park. Yeah.
Pluck your acoustic guitar that you don't know how to play.
Yeah. There you go. Oh, what's that? 3 chords?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you'll do great in this game.
Also, there will be randomized events that are specifically hipster unfriendly. So, for instance, like a Republican rally, or some big name band comes and plays at a nightclub.
A
Or-
Republican rally isn't really friendly for me either.
Yes, but it's especially unfriendly to hipsters.
That's true.
Especially unfriendly.
Your skin burns. It's like
Yeah.
walking into a church for me.
Or there's like some free thing or some promotion that's going on at a gym. In
Yeah.
order to get a specific item or something, you have to go to the gym to get it, and that's the only place you can acquire it.
They're
But-
basically like Easter egg items.
Mm-hmm. But in doing
Right.
so, you will lose a lot of cred because you sold out, or you thought about your personal health and went to the gym.
But oh my
Or-
god, look what you found. Somebody turned a Game Boy into a wristwatch.
Yeah, or a Moleskine journal with this podcast.
Yes, you can actually find a written transcription of this episode. You know what? It'll be the episode that accidentally got deleted.
Oh my God!
which
So with
nobody
only
got to hear.
so only your dialogue. And-
It's
It'll be choppy and overdubbed.
but it's so underground because nobody heard it.
Perfect. All right. See, look,
Uh,
Easter eggs, because we love Easter
love
eggs.
it. We do. We're a big Easter egg fan.
hmm
We just like putting stupid crap on our games.
And then
Speaking of which, how's our test animation going?
the coup de grace. Yes, our test animation is a floppy penis, but anyway. So the
Yeah.
coup de grace of this game, though, of Easter eggs and meta things, if you perform a yet unknown specific sequence of
We should
actions,
figure out what that is.
yes,
That's what we could do. We could do some missions and quests for this podcast,
okay.
since we didn't do that.
So
And we already covered the premise of the game.
yes, so missions and quests. Well, the idea of this is you have a sequence of events that, upon performing them in the correct order, the game
Maybe it'll be like voting for a Republican. Or showering.
well, it has to be convoluted. Like it has to be this random sequence of events that don't really fit together. But if you do
So
them,
it's like a secret puzzle.
yeah,
So it's like you shower, get your hair cut, apply for a job, and then vote Republican.
and live happily ever after. And then
Yes.
the game will freeze, and then the camera will pan out, and you will see that the game is being played on a TV screen, and you'll be introduced to the character that you actually are. You can think about this sort of like a Matrixy thing.
It's just a hipster playing a game about hipsters.
Yeah, that's all you are, and then you
And
only
you can't leave the room. Like you
Mhm.
can walk around. You could turn on, an Echo and the Bunnyman album.
drink your PBR or
Drink
other.
your PBR. You could smoke. You could write in your Moleskine journal.
You'll also be randomly yelled at through the door by your parents, and you'll have a number of options. You can either ignore them or various passive-aggressive comments to shout through the door. But of course, they'll tell you things like, you need to come out of your room and socialize, or you need to get a job, or you need to shower, or, all the things that.
But to fit with the theme of the game, no matter what you do, it doesn't really matter anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then eventually you can go back and play the game again.
Yeah, so you just walk back over, play the game, and it's like, nothing happened.
But yeah, that's like the true story of the game, is just you're accomplishing nothing in your room playing this game. And then you have to sit there and think, holy crap, I'm actually accomplishing nothing in my room playing this game.
So
It's a
meta.
Mobius loop of hipster crap.
So meta.
Yeah. So, that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's in there, which is fun.
But now, okay, so now we have the gist of the game.
And it causes people to be self-reflective.
Yes.
God forbid.
And they might go
that's
write about it in their real journal.
Yes. And they'll trash talk us in the Village Voice or something. I don't know.
It's okay. We won't hear it.
Yeah.
They're
No, we won't care.
It's too underground for us to hear.
Exactly. So, that's the gist of the game. I guess we could come up with some cool missions now.
Sure.
I guess not cool missions.
Hipster missions.
They would have to ironically be uncool.
That's the word of the day, by the way, audience. Ironic.
Irony.
Ironic is the key pillar of this game. Is that
Yeah.
if it might be good, then you have to alter it a little bit so it's not as good, so that it's ironic to like it because it's subpar. Like the monetary system, it's absolutely terrible, but to like it would be ironic.
I feel like we could have a mission where you have to track down your friend's vintage Care Bear t-shirt. That could be fun.
That would be good. Acquire a certain item in the thrift store, but it randomly appears in the thrift store inventory, only updates, every once in a while.
Yes.
So
we didn't even talk about the thrift store. That could be a good place for, like, armor. Armor is basically, your crappy, terrible clothes.
Apparel.
But there you go, thrift store.
yeah, and you have to find this. You might have to find a Care Bear shirt or whatever, but it only shows up, like, one out of every 50 inventory changes or some craziness. So you have to keep playing the game and go back to the thrift store and wait, and you can ask about it, and like the guy might, we might get it in next time. I don't know. We sort of just, depend. It depends.
I feel like there won't actually be spoken dialogue. It'll all be through text.
Yeah,
and you'll get like
Charlie Brown adult voice and with the text. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because that's all I hear when they talk.
And then we could turn off the subtitles too, and it would be like real life. Yeah, there you go.
Kind of like a mix of Droopy Dog and the Charlie Brown adult.
That's hardcore mode. You don't get subtitles.
Yeah.
You just get that.
If you truly speak hipster, you already know. It's nothing of importance anyway.
Mm-hmm. So it's just talking out your ass. Talking out your ass. Talking out your ass.
Talk out your ass. There's a secret character who's just an ass that spews diarrhea, but it's got like a really cool headband and, cut off skinny jean.
He talks every once in a while too.
Yeah. So, he just spews poo mostly.
Yep. All over the
cool.
place.
So that's a good one.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thrift store. I like that addition. What else do you have to do?
Store. You just have to make sure that you show up at like any crappy underground venue that's going on, just so people see you out there.
Oh yeah.
And you get cred.
And we could have sort of additional mission objectives for like showing up X amount of time late, or wearing something totally unrelated to whatever event is going on.
Yeah, and really, like, to pass the event, it's just a time thing. You have to listen to the terrible music that's programmed into the game.
Uh-huh.
And if you could tolerate it, you get the cred.
Yeah, you get
if
more
you're
cred.
Like me, and you immediately just throw the game out the window, you don't get the cred.
But there will be diminishing returns, though, because you can't just, sit there. You can't just set it down, walk away, and stay for the whole show. Because if you stay for the whole show, then, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and you can't show up to every show.
You can't show up to every show. You can't stay for the whole show because you can't like everything.
No, and you can't actually show that you're trying too much.
No.
If you're a try hard, then
There's a lot of nuances to earning cred in this game.
Yeah,
it's not
cred is basically what you want, and then it just disappears randomly.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that happens. Because that's real life.
This game will definitely provide a challenge, though, because
Yeah,
you know,
and it
changing
just,
the rules on you does that.
it's like Animal Crossing. It just brings you back, and you don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, man, am I really gonna go back and just pick weeds for 2 hours?
Yep.
It's like, am I really gonna go back and just have my character smoke weed for 2 hours? Yeah, I guess you are.
Or pick weeds
you-
to try to find cigarettes that people lost. So you're actually picking weeds, but you're trying to find free cigarettes.
You have to roll your own cigarettes. Damn it.
So you're looking for scraps of tobacco that fell out of people's cigarettes.
So there's almost like an item crafting thing.
There you
Like,
go.
oh, I need rolling papers. I need tobacco.
There you go.
If I use this hookah, it'll actually.
I don't know
give it
what else
more
do they.
strength.
They only craft cigarettes, don't they?
I think they just smoke a lot of cigarettes and do LSD. Pretty much.
There we go. There's a complex
coke.
mechanic. Cook acid.
Coke. Yeah, just lots of drugs. Just all sorts of drugs.
Mm-hmm. Done ironically, though. Very ironically.
Can like the game just accidentally OD your character once in a while too?
No, because we don't want to kill them. We don't want to stop the story. The idea is that you basically reset some amount of progress. We can't kill them because then that ends it, and that's kind of not the point.
You could do like a little digital graveyard though for all the dead characters, so you could go back and visit your guy who died.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's creepy.
I don't know.
But then it forces the player to like deal with their own mortality.
Did hipsters do that?
I don't know. I think they just say YOLO a lot.
Yeah. No, they might. There might be some of them that would go carpe diem. Throw back to that.
Oh yeah, the
Because that
philosophy thing.
that's a, yeah, that's
misunderstanding it.
the philosophy thing. You know, it's not as prevalent anymore because everybody yells YOLO instead. So,
Yeah, no. God
definitely.
forbid one of them actually starts talking about like existentialism.
Oh,
Yeah.
it would happen all the time.
Oh yeah, but they wouldn't actually realize that part of existentialism is like taking responsibility for your actions and dealing with the consequences.
Oh yeah, exactly. It would
know,
it would
they
just
just-
be spout crap, spout crap, spout crap,
Kerouac, man, it changed my life.
and that would be the end of it.
That's it.
And it would sort of just the
What
dialogue.
about Kerouac changed your life? What about The Road? Tell me.
Dude, he
what
was.
did he write that changed your life?
He
Explain
was.
it.
It was so deep and moving, and just made me reflect a lot. You know, just
Good, man. You just gotta go out there and just do things. Just be yourself, man. Do it.
spew bullshit, talk in circles, until
Listen to Bob Dylan, man. Just listen to what he says.
yeah, he says a lot.
Bob Dylan wrote a song about Hurricane, who, in all likelihood, was a murder rapist.
But
Yeah.
you don't know, man. It's purposely vague, so you apply your own understanding, and in applying your own understanding, it tells you something about you because it came from you, so it has to be a part of you.
Yeah.
By the way, this is all potential dialogue for the game.
This is, yeah, we just nailed it.
Any and all of this could appear because,
Yeah.
be talking out your ass.
There you go. So I think I do want to have that little graveyard in there.
Okay, all right, your characters can die.
Yeah.
And
I slept on a train track one night. Next time I turned on the game, I was dead.
yeah, there you go.
Uh,
So there's a chance that you can die if you don't have a friend's place to crash at. That's the way to do it.
I got scabies and it killed me.
Scabies? Who the
Yeah.
hell gets scabies still?
Dirty, dirty people.
Dirty, dirty people, I guess.
Which fits this crowd.
I got
I
lung
know at one of the
cancer.
Occupy protests, I think everybody got scabies. Or that's what I heard. I don't know. I'm not going to get into that.
No, stay away from that. We already tried to make a game about that and it was bad.
Yeah, that was not.
Not even going there, hipsters.
Yeah, we're not even indulging in trying to make a game about that because we already know that was just an awful idea.
Mhm.
Ugh. Ugh.
Okay, so we have some new missions. We got the thrift store, which was a good addition.
Yep.
We
I like
got
that. That's cool.
small amount of crafting, rolling cigarettes because that's all they do. The graveyard, so you can see the your character's past and
Yeah.
remember them. Maybe even write about them in
Yeah.
your Moleskine journal.
Your Moleskine journal. Digital journal, which is, I think is another. We might have to take that one out of the hat now. That was a Ricky idea.
Digital journal. Well, see, that would work because you'd have your digital journal. If it was on an iPad, you could use the stylus and actually write, and it would save out stuff.
Yeah, oh, that's the other thing we got to talk about is the platform.
Yes, platform.
So, first of all, it's a freeware game.
Can't sell out.
Can't sell out, so there's no profit from it whatsoever. And basically, we decided that it's got to be as underground as possible, just to kind of fit with this. Like, so underground that almost nobody can actually play the game. So what we're going to do is make the game, put it on not even a flash drive. We said flash drive before. I'm thinking 3.5-inch floppy.
See,
to stick with the irony.
I don't know if we can do that, though, because flash drive works, but, nobody has floppy drives anymore.
Except, tech hipsters.
That's a small subgenre. We gotta hit. Remember, we gotta hit the art hipsters, the music hipsters, the film hipsters. We can't do 3.5.
But I mean, it's so underground, dude. It's so underground.
See, when we folks that are listening to this, you missed the conversation we had. But
totally ironic.
When you were talking about it, I thought you were talking about like we put, like would scribble a code or something onto a bathroom wall that was only good for 4 or 5 days, and then they can go to the App Store and download it, and that's the only way that they can get it or whatever is with that code.
No, I meant like it was just we drop a flash key in a bathroom somewhere, and then somebody could find that flash key and plug it into the computer and be like, "Oh, here's a reward. Here's a game."
Yeah, there you go. Okay,
super underground.
So it's the flash key, but it's only good for a certain amount of installs, because we can't let the flash key get out and then somebody posts it on the internet and it spreads everywhere, because we have to get it so that there's enough so that it can start to become cool, but then there won't be any more installs, so it's gone.
Obscurity.
And then we'll drop another flash drive somewhere else, and it'll come back again, and then it'll fade away.
Yeah.
Because you can't sell out and come above the surface too much. You got to like poke your head out, do some stuff, and then go back underground.
Yeah.
And then you'll have some true followers though, but they're the ones that stick it out.
Yeah. Okay, so I mean, basically, marketing is a couple random people might find it in the bathroom of some crappy underground club.
And then they'll talk about it passively.
Yeah, they'll be like, "Oh man, yeah, I mean, this game was good for the first 20 minutes, but then it sold out."
Yeah, even though the game didn't change.
Yeah, so that's our marketing strategy.
Grassroots marketing, nothing fancy.
In the every ounce of the word.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't make sense.
So I think postmortem time. Is that where we're at?
Postmortem. Yeah. About to wrap it up. So, yeah, we came up with a game based around hipsters. There's a lot of RPG elements to it. We got the art style, which is crappy, old,
almost good.
Almost good. Pixel art. But in gameplay, kind of in the style of Animal Crossing, mixed with passive-aggressive verbal battles.
Like Pokemon battles, but passive-aggressive.
Yeah. Lots of obscure pop culture references. Like, not even pop culture, because that wouldn't make sense.
It's not underground enough.
Yeah, just really obscure references to stuff that are really half understood by the characters referencing them.
Like obscure literary references that they think they understand and will like because they feel like they understand it, but they really don't.
Yeah. So, yeah, we kind of nailed that. It's definitely marketable because it's super underground and it's making fun of hipsters, which is ironic that a hipster would play it. So the hipsters theoretically should play it.
But then it'll become a little too cool, so they'll stop playing it, but then the amount of downloads will hit the cap, and then people will forget about it, so they'll come back to it because it's suddenly ironic again to play it, and it's just this never-ending loop of.
It's like staring into forever. It just torture and torment, trying to understand whether or not people would actually play it.
We trapped them within their own stupid logic,
their own eternal hell of irony.
But they'll love it. They'll love every minute of it.
Yeah. So, it's marketable to our audience, which, unfortunate. platform, I guess, is still up in the air.
Anything Mac.
Anything Mac or
Mac,
like
iOS,
an old
Apple.
Game Boy.
Yeah.
It should be on Virtual Boy.
So we have to make a ROM then for it,
Yeah.
so that they could load it onto that stuff.
Yes.
Okay, so iOS, Mac, ROM, super cheap freeware because we're not going to make money off of it, so we can't just put our heart and souls into it. And anyways, that if we did that,
But
then
any
too much.
donations go towards saving the environment.
Yes.
And then you get a detailed description of how environmentally friendly we are and how everything we do in our life is environmentally friendly. Because we can't just be content with helping the environment.
No.
We have to let everybody know in the world that we're better than them because we help the environment.
And the caveat, though, is that the charities we're donating to aren't even the most effective charities.
No, in fact, we didn't do the research, so we're probably just like giving guns to child soldiers in Uganda.
But we're helping children live longer. That's what we're doing.
Except for the ones that get shot from the guns that we supplied them
But
with.
the ones that we support live longer.
That's true. The other ones get killed.
But we only care about the ones that we support, so we're helping kids.
Yeah, damn it.
See?
We're good people, and we're better than you because we half-assed researched something and threw the only money that we had into it.
Half-ass research and donation is better than no donation at all.
Exactly. So there you go. That's the only profit we get. A sense of undeserved superiority.
Pretty much.
Nice. I like it. So yeah, I mean, all in all, I think we set out what we accomplished with this episode.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much it. So there you go, episode 6 of the Best Worst Ideas, a game design podcast. First one back from our extensive hiatus, and we should be doing more episodes regularly again.
Sweet. Thanks for
All right.
playing, folks.
Thank you guys for joining us, and Godspeed and good night.